So this afternoon I will talk about Mnangagwa's election failing to meet the credibility test. We have been talking about this for a very long time now, but we need to put an emphasis on the credibility test regarding this election. You see that this election will not pass any credibility test. Reasons being, if you take a look onto the 2023 ballot, this is the 2023 ballot paper which they designed, which is written number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you skip to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Logically, this was not designed by Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. There are other people who are subbed the designing part of this ballot paper. Something which is so controversial and so wrong, because you cannot say this ballot paper was designed by Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. No person with common sense would do this. Let us go back to the 2018 ballot paper. This is the 2018 ballot paper. Samples and specimens were sent to the public for scrutiny and everything else. There were cries to say they would have allowed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, then the rest on the other side. But this time around, you would see that they did something extreme. They went on to design something like this. They would have done the same design of 2018 and put everybody in a single file. It was going to be very, very, very easy and logical to use such a symbol, but this time around they used this illogical symbol, and you wonder why they did this and to what extent does this give credibility to Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. So for everybody with a reasoning mind, you would understand these people, they have an agenda. Their agenda is to stay in power for the sake of staying in power, not for the sake of developing Zimbabwe, not because they have ideas, but they are just clinging onto power because they just want power. Zvikanzi pa mashura, zvikanzi ZANU-PF controls ZEC. Yes, zvikanzi panapa chavo kuda kuva patop chete, vanenge vanotoshuwa kuti dai zita raitangana A. Zvikanzi zvaikwana muline 1 2018 with quite bigger and clear pictures, but ZEC is ZANU. Okay, zvikanzi panapa observers simply start this if they are transparent. How does ZEC explain this? Zvikanzi they control everything. This is a good example. They give orders to ZEC. Zvikanzi in 2018 they said they can only fit up to 14 candidates on the one column. So they designed this. In 2023 they can't 11 candidates. If Chamisa and ED were only contestants, Taizoona Vaisa Chamisa ku left, then ED ku right. Okay, elections are presided by ZANU, not ZEC. Hence, we see these things. Imagine everybody knew in advance how presidential candidates would be arranged on the ballot. The predictability of ZEC is amusing. And always on top, second page rubbish. Mapenzi evano aya. Doc. Okay, so Team Zimbabwe, these are the issues which are actually affecting the credibility of this election. So how can you call this election free, fair, credible? How can you actually call for inauguration after holding such an election? All those issues. Go to the rural areas, command voting was happening, everything was improperly done. These are the issues we have to raise as a people. These are the issues we have to speak against. And I hope and believe that as Zimbabwe, the institutions in Zimbabwe, the governing bodies or the continental governing bodies, as well as regional bodies, the international community, United Nations, I believe that they will have to act and make sure that these issues are addressed, because we cannot have credibility of the elections with such people. If you take a look on this of 2018, I don't know if it is the phone, but this one was not clear compared to the one of 2018. The 2023 ballot paper was not so clear than the 2018 one. In 2018, the ballot paper was so clear. This is a specimen, very, very, very clear. But this time around, things changed. The reason is why. So Team Zimbabwe, amen, but let us brace up for change.